Hey everybody, it's Greg from Park Journey here. It's Thursday, the 8th of October, and as you know, theme parks here in California are still closed. And there's a lot of talk going on about who's to blame and this and that and this and that. So I figured I'd put together a quick video and kind of share some of my thoughts on it. It's probably people are gonna shake their heads and what is he talking about? So I got my Mando mug here full of well, coffee, but I'm about to unleash some tea on some people uh, for this one. So I've got a couple of ideas of what parks can actually do. I think that they're not using their full potential right now to get the word out about how many people this is actually impacting. In addition to that, I think that there's a lot of blame to kind of go around too. So I'm going to kind of lay out some stuff here. So first of all, I want to say that um, Gavin Newsom is not 100% to blame for this at all. Now, he's the easy target. If you look at our social media, we've even made a few jokes and stuff about it as well, or a few tweets, directed towards him. And we'll continue to do that because he is part of the problem. He's just not the entire problem. Now, I will say he's not doing himself any favors by saying things like he's not in any rush to do these things, to open parks, to do these things. Um, he's not doing himself any favors. So he's the easiest target in this case here, 100%, no question about it. So for me, um, I supported the lockdown. I supported the shutdown. I stayed home since March, other than doing that road trip with my sister last week, which I'll have a video on probably tomorrow. I'll finish that up. Um, so I've pretty much I haven't gone to Florida. I haven't gone to in parks and stuff. I haven't even done any of the food things at Knott's or anything either. No downtown Disney, stuff like that. So I support the shutdown. I'm working at home. I've gone to the store, and that's about it. Um, but for me, the biggest issue with Gavin Newsom's not opening parks is the inconsistency of what can open and what can't open. So, for example, like where I live, our movie theaters are opening tomorrow. Restaurants are opening. Playgrounds are opening. Our mini golf place has been open for a month or two. You know, museums, zoos, um, and then even you get as far as SeaWorld and Knott's and Discovery Kingdom opening for animal exhibits and food stuff. Um, it's just it's inconsistent when you have all of these different things that theme parks have: restaurants, movie theaters, you know, um, food, food things, indoor and outdoor stuff. You know, you have all of these things that combine to make a theme park, but yet the only thing you can't do is open up your rides. Um, it doesn't make any sense to me. Now, if he was saying that all of these things, no restaurants, no zoos, no museums, no food festivals, all these things, could it be open? Then I'd be like, then parks can't be open either. Like, sure, I would agree with that 100%. But it's just, you know, you've got, the stores in the theme parks open. You've got downtown Disney open. You've got Knott's open with all their stores. But the one thing you can't open is an outdoor roller coaster or a log ride that you could just put one family on each log ride, or whatever. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So he is certainly not helping himself with that regard. But on the other hand, there's things like that Disney could do, and heard for a lot of talk about, why don't they do a food festival like Knott's does, or like SeaWorld's doing? And on paper, that sounds like a really great idea. But then you learn that it's the union that won't allow them to do that. It's the union that fought to save, those jobs the other day, which is a great thing. Don't get me wrong, but they were only worried about the full-time jobs. You're not worried about all of these part-time jobs, all of these kids, all these students that work part-time. Um, they're not worried about these people. So the union could not care less if the parks are open as long as their union members still have jobs when it does. So yeah, so there's another part that's to blame. And I think the parks, and again, I'm a theme park blogger. I love theme parks. I love, you know, some of the benefits that we get of being a theme park blogger. But I think there's some things that the parks can actually be doing to kind of help themselves. So this issue has kind of been a Disney versus Gavin Newsom issue. But California is unique where this state has theme parks from basically every major theme park company in the United States other than, you know, like Dollywood or, you know, Silver Dollar City. So you've got 2 Six Flags parks, you've got 2 Disney parks, you've got 2 Cedar Fair parks, you've got a SeaWorld park, you've got a Legoland park, you've got a Universal park, and then you've got a lot of smaller parks in between there. You got, you know, Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, you know, and things like that. So California is very unique in this regard. And it's also basically the park stretch from San Diego, the major parks at least stretch from San Diego all the way up to the Bay Area. So you've got not only a diverse lineup of parks, but a diverse lineup of clientele, a diverse lineup of people who work at these parks. It's not just centered in one little cluster like it is, you know, elsewhere. So I think the parks are doing themselves a disservice by not using this to their advantage. And what I mean by that is, as I said, it's been Disney versus Newsom. I think what needs to happen is all of the parks need to get together. Disney, Universal, Six Flags, Cedar Fair, SeaWorld, Legoland, even, you know, Santa Cruz, Belmont Park, you know, all of these parks need to get together. They need to release a joint statement from all of them, from all of their park presidents, talking about what they've done at their other parks that are working. Because each one of those parks, with the exception of you know, Santa Cruz, they've opened parks elsewhere. So Six Flags is open in Texas and in Georgia. Cedar Fair is open in Ohio and other places. You know, SeaWorld is open in Orlando and Busch Gardens. Legoland is open in Florida. Disney's open. Universal's open. So they have that to fall back on to say, hey, this is what we're doing in these other states and it's working. In addition to that, you show the employees of all of these different parks that this is impacting. So you've got people that work in San Diego, you've got people that work in San Francisco and live in San Francisco, you got people that work and live in Valencia and Los Angeles and Orange County. You've showing this diverse group of people from different backgrounds, different geographical regions. And you put together like a, you know, 60-second commercial just saying, hey, these are the people that this is impacting. This is working in all these other places. And you get the public support behind you, you know, more than it is right now. And, you know, I think the easy target is say, oh, we need to just recall Gavin Newsom. Well, no, it's not that simple. You know, Gavin Newsom won the popular vote, or won the vote here in California by 3 million votes. That's not something that's just gonna go away. Okay, so yes, while you know, everyone's like, oh, just recall him. We just need to get rid of him. No, it's not. It's not that. And you know, and I'll try to keep my political thoughts out of this, but other than, you know, this one, you know, couple things, he's done a pretty decent job as far as I'm concerned. So, but you're talking like a 3 or 4 year process. I'm talking about, hey, let's do something within the next, you know, 3 or 4 weeks. So, you know, I think I think the parks need to kind of do stuff to help themselves out a little bit more. I mean, hell, I could put together a 60-second commercial showing all the employees from all these different parks doing an amazing job and put it out there. And maybe that's something I'll do. I don't know. I don't know where I would put it. I guess I'll just put it on this channel. But you know, I think that to repeat myself for the third time, I think that parks are kind of doing themselves a disservice on this regard. So anyway, that's my thoughts. I think this went like 10 minutes. I didn't even expect it to go that long. I hope you're all well. I hope you're taking care of each other. Remember to vote early if you can. We've got our ballots already. We're filling them out today. I'm going to take them and drop them off. At a box. If you're in Texas, I apologize. You might have to go a while to get you drop off your ballot. But please vote. It's very important that we all do so. All right. So with that, I thank you for watching. Make sure you click subscribe down here at the bottom, and we hope you have a great day.